What up, YouTube? It's your boy ATrueHero, and today I have with me one of my closest friends, an all-time special guest, Champion Gary Yu, who just won the recent RBET Maryland. Champ, how do you feel?
I hate Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I don't want to play a single game.
Why do you hate Yu-Gi-Oh?
I'm so tired of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I played so long. It was like 15 hours. I didn't have a problem with like how long it ran. Personally, it just ran that long. Like, it's just the nature of things.
Right. I mean, how many rounds was the tournament
In total or in Swiss?
for Swiss?
Swiss was 9 rounds,
hmm
and then it was cut to top 16. So that means 4 additional rounds.
That is some intensive Yu-Gi-Oh right there.
In addition to the 13 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh, there was a 45-minute additional for lunch break. So,
Oh, okay. You just were there all day. That was just your home.
yep.
Yep. Well, I definitely want to give a shout out before going into this interview. If you guys haven't already seen the interview that Gary has done with I Am Nerd podcast, please check that out. You can actually see Champ Gary's face and the cards that he used, plus the triple ulti Caiuses that he won. But here, I'm just going to kind of go over a few things that Fraser may or may have not have touched. And I'm going to start off with what was your preparation leading up to the tournament? Like, did you have any specific strategies or routines to get ready?
Yeah, it was honestly very basic. Just eat very good, like
hmm
no like processed foods, sleep good, 8+ hours every single day at the same time, work out, drink lots of water during the event. That was the one highlight for me, was that they had free water.
Oh, that's a
Uh,
highlight.
yeah, free water during the event. So like I would just drink lots and lots of water because before the event I just bought a water bottle just in case.
hmm
Shout out to Eric for like introducing this idea to me. I've never done it before, like just drink water during the event, and now like
It's a game changer.
I think I can't go back like to doing that.
That's right. It's a game changer for sure. I mean, I do think that that's something that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players don't talk about. That's very important. Is you have to be physically prepared, right? Yu-Gi-Oh is a
Yep.
mental game, and also, of course, a bit of luck, but it's a mental game. And if you're not physically prepared, it's more difficult to be mentally prepared. So I think like eating properly, making sure that you're hydrated, these are all factors that can help you in the long run. And once again, just as Gary said, the tournament was pretty much the entire day. If you're going the entire day without eating or drinking water, like it's hard for your brain to function properly. So definitely, like to all those listening, drink some water, you know,
Yeah.
drink some water.
Uh, in addition to everything I've stated so far, I prepare like snacks just to have during the event, like just to eat like throughout like between rounds. Make sure like have a sip of water after like I finish round and stuff like that. And then before leading up to the event, I practiced with Fraser during the week. You may have like heard that. He literally just took me out of the room. Was like, "All right, we're sitting now. We're playing." I'm like, "All right," and we played for a couple hours every day. I don't actually play that much IRL Yu-Gi-Oh. Um, Only just at like locals. It's just not something really accessible to me. So that was really nice.
Yeah. I mean, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but if you play with high caliber players, then naturally you are going to get better as well. You know, in life, they say that you're a sum of the five people that you spend the most time with. This kind of concept can be applied to Yu-Gi-Oh too. You as a duelist are your skill level will likely be a sum of the average five people that you play with the most. So think about the people that you play with most on a daily basis. And if you can play with higher caliber players, that will only benefit you. So guys, definitely try to reach out to better players in your locals in your area and play with them as often as possible, because then you're going to see things that you never saw before and learn things that you might not have learned if you just were to play with people who are average or in some cases even below average. Now, here we can see that you decided to play Vayu Turbo. Why Vayu Turbo?
Well, I won with Vayu the start at the start of the year, at the first RBT. and I felt strongest with the deck, so I just stick to what I knew. Uh, I was considering other decks at the time, but I didn't feel that I was well practiced with them, so I just stuck to Vayu.
Now, recently there's been a surge in Blackwings. What do you think about Vayu Turbo versus Blackwings? Because many people might not know this, but you were also previously a Blackwing player before. So why did you make the switch from Blackwings to Vayu Turbo, and how did you feel about Blackwings in general for this event?
I switched to Vayu Turbo because I hated my normal summon getting bottomless and just getting turn skipped. I hated that feeling. Uh, at the time, I guess it was the the deck wasn't optimized to where it is now, and with like Ludovico Rizzo innovating with like draw traps, I'll probably like go back to the deck again. And how do I feel about like Blackwings now in its current state? I currently think it's the best deck, like hands down. I don't think there really should be an argument about that. It just handles every single problem with its main deck, and it only gets more ignorant with its side deck. And you really can't side for it. Your best option is just Dust Tornado. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the main problem with Blackwings are stopping their summons, as you mentioned. But aside from that, they don't really have cards that they flat out lose to. Like you can make the argument that Blackwings lose to Consecrated Light, but they have outs to that through Icarus Attack, Deck Devastation Virus, etc. And Royal Decree, yes, they have outs to that through MST. They can make extra deck monsters like Brionic. So they have outs to almost every card that counters them. So it's just a very solid deck. And the scariest thing is when you're up against an opponent, they go first and they go Rowan Shora. One of the scariest openings because likely you're going to lose that game. Now, throughout the tournament, you played several rounds. What would you say your toughest matchup was?
Toughest matchup was definitely Machina Turbo. I knew going into the event that I would probably run into it. It's why I side one Cyber Dragon. A lot of people don't have it currently in the side deck, but it was generic enough for me to have use cases elsewhere. Uh, so in the story, I was down the entire first game. It was a lot of back and forth. Eventually got to a point where dropped Dark Arm and evened up their card advantage and just got rid of everything, like two fortresses, back row like heavy storm because I didn't see Mirror Force in the graveyard, so I was like, okay, well if I just attack, I'm like I lose Dark Arm for free, so I was like I'd rather just like attack into a known Raikou and get rid of it that way, and I made Armor Master with it, so I just attacked for some damage, and yeah, somehow I managed to crawl back from that deficit. Because naturally that deck it just grinds you out. Also, Fortress, it being 2500 is just stronger than your technically boss monster of 2300. You if you try to get rid of it with Caius or Raikou, you just lose a card in your hand for free, and they gain hand knowledge. It's really tough.
Yeah, the Machina engine is one to be feared. And although a lot of people are not playing Machina, that doesn't mean that it's not a good deck. And even during the RBET, Ryanide was playing, in true fashion, the Machina cards. So you need to be prepared for it. And Cyber Dragon really helps clean that matchup up. During that set, were you able to make Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, or did you not see Cyber Dragon?
I did see Cyber Dragon. That was during Game 3. We went to time, and I believe I went first. Set a monster, set a back row pass, I believe, and he tries to go like. All right, I don't really recall the story right now, but he did have Dust Shoot, and he Dust Shooted my Cyber Dragon away, which would have cleared his Gear Frame and Fortress on the field.
Ah,
Uh,
yes. It's always the dust
yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
Well,
So I did technically see it, but also didn't see it at the same time.
there's nothing you can do about a well-timed dust shoot. That card always ruins
Yep,
opponents. Now,
yep.
one thing when we look at your Vayu Turbo deck list, it is pretty standard, but you do have an interesting side deck. And you've spoken about this before with Frazier, but you're citing Charge of the Light Brigade. So can you explain the reasoning of why you decided Charge of the Light Brigade?
I just wanted something for going second or the frog matchup in particular, because as people know, scent monsters aren't great into monarchs
Mm-hmm.
or frogs in general. So and charge allows you to speed up the deck, mill three, get something going to see what you can do with that information. Because by that point, if you're going like games 2 or 3, it doesn't matter that that your opponent knows what you're on because well, we're here now.
Right. We are here now. And I can see that, once again, your main deck and side deck were very well built. But did you have like a particular MVP card in both the main and side deck?
The main MVP would actually be Necrogarna. It won me my finals match. It
Oh,
was
wow.
very, very clutch against my round 8 opponent, Machina Turbo. Game 3, I did an interesting play where he MST'd my barrel face down, and I had Necrogarna in the grave. And I went to activate Necrogarna first, so activate for cost, and then flip burial from different dimension response and put back Necrogarna into graveyard. And everyone around me was like, can you do that? And the head judge was just sitting right next to me because we had a time extension due to deck check. And he was like, yeah, you can do that. It banishes for cost.
Gary out here being broken, showing why he's the two-time RBET champ.
Yep, just something I picked up along the way.
What about the side deck? Was there a side deck MVP card?
That would be charge.
Ah, Charger Light Brigade. Yes. So you kind of answered this already, but like one way that you kind of prepared the tournament and kind of dealt with stress was making sure that you were physically prepared, right? By drinking water, eating like the correct foods, avoiding processed foods. But was there anything else that you did in order to like kind of manage stress and remain focused throughout the event?
Yeah, so to like manage stress, what really helped was like actually after every round, people just like go to their friends and talk about like what happened, and that really helped improve my morale because we were told like, oh, you're playing against this, you're doing really well, just keep it up. That helped me like stay afloat and be able to like focus um, per game, every game, um, and yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think the power of friendship, right? You joke friendship. Nothing beats the power of friendship. So if you're going out and you're being social and not just like going to your phone or just sitting down by yourself, like having that kind of encouragement from your friends can really help you feel better. And even if you lose, and for the whole tournament you only lost one time, which was happened to be the first round. So for now on, I'm going to call it the Gary U special when you lose round one and win the rest of the tournament. But even when you lose, your friends can be there to encourage you. Like, hey, don't worry about it. It's only one loss. You can get there next round, right? So I do think that friends can play a key role, critical role in managing stress and dealing with tournaments.
yeah. HC19 was really close to doing that, but alas, uh, he had a he had a play that he was thinking of, but he couldn't recognize it in time.
Right. Now, do you have any plans like moving forward with the deck, or do you think that you've optimized Vayu Turbo as it is now?
So I don't think I've optimized Vayu Turbo per se. I think they're generally you can in a form of deck building, you can always play the deck how you want to play it. I think that's always nice in Edison format. Uh, you don't have to play my list to succeed. Because generally sometimes you just don't even see all the cards you get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I do notice that in your main deck, you're main decking one DDV and one Royal Oppression. And a certain someone told you, or rather not told, but suggested that it's not wise to main deck double oppression. Any idea who that person was?
nope. I have no idea who that is.
No, no one in particular. No one you
Nope.
know. No one
Nope.
you want to give a shout out to.
Nope.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, so is there any like kind of last minute things that you want to say about Vayu Turbo or the deck in general, or shout outs to anyone? Is there any things that you want to say before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I have some shout outs here, in particular. Shout out Tom Mack, shout out Jake XO, probably my biggest fan at this point. He made sure that I felt like I was gonna win the entire event, like every single round.
He knew it.
Ernie Aranda, he helped me quite a bit. A Vayu legend, Sackface, or you guys know him as Sizzle, or you guys know him as Eric Shen, James Ark, Steven, Luke Feeney, Roundaman, Oscar Zelaya for his videos. Uh, it's great to like have something to watch like Edison like every single day. Los, I don't know if you're watching this, come out to event. And then Dom or Itachi, however you want to prefer. Um, we didn't get to like talk, but I hopefully we can speak in the near future.
All
That's
right.
it.
Those are a lot of shout outs. You know, you forgot someone, but that's okay. That's all right.
I didn't forget anyone.
You forgot
Right?
Frazier. You forgot Frazier.
No. He got his flowers.
Dang, he got his flowers. All right, well, you know.
Yep. So additional things is I plan on going to YCS Sacramento in the near future. So I hope to see you guys there. Uh, it's so funny because throughout the entire year, I was kind of in a rut. So I was like playing other decks, and like I was playing Dragon Turbo at the time. I'm currently playing Titano Turbo for fun. I literally just like playing anything that has Turbo in the name because Mom always told me I want to go fast.
That's right. Listen, I'm waiting for you to break out the Diamond Dew Turbo deck.
It will happen someday, but not now.
Not now. All right,
Uh,
I'm gonna be waiting, and the fans are waiting too.
yeah. And then from a meta analysis perspective, I think most people look at the meta from a top eight perspective. Like they always just look at it like, oh, like this is what did well at top eight. But I think it's more important to look at it from a top 16 perspective. Those top 16 people are just outside of making it what it's like, a misplay, unlucky tiebreakers. If you just know what decks consistently top, or card choices that made, it helps influence your decision of what to expect. I personally didn't anticipate any deck outside of Big Three, but I just had planned for uh, decks I personally struggle with my Value Turbo strategy.
Right, which were a hero beat, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that deck cooked me. Round one,
That's right.
I was
The
it
only
was
person
bad.
to get the better of you.
Nope, the only person.
Main decking skill drain, if I might add.
Yeah, the two Hero B players I played against were both main deck skill drain.
Yeah, that's wild. That's bringing back the literal like 2010 Edison before people were playing Diva Hero beat. Well, dog, I mean, I think we can wrap things up here. I appreciate your time. I mean, congratulations on another victory. I'm sure everyone can't wait to see you at Sacramento. I myself will also be there at Sacramento too. And you know, the house always wins.
House does always win.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, a true hero out. Peace. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I would like to take this time to give a special shout out to my Patreons, Televisual, and Enraged Peacock. For those of you who are looking for exclusive content, please subscribe to my Patreon. The link will be in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, a true hero out. Peace.
Subscribe or you too will be sent to the Shadow Realm.